Hello, 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 beautiful unicorns. Just making sure that I am live. It takes a little bit of a second. Here we go. Hello, 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 beautiful unicorns. Welcome back to my weekly live podcast called Get Your Shit Together Weekly Live Guidance with Yana Kasperczak, where I go live in this Facebook group, Heal the Unicorn Emotional Healing and Spiritual Growth for Women, to help women get their shit together so they can break free from the mental prison they find themselves in and build a business and a life that they're not only proud of, but excited to wake up to every single day, no matter what is happening, and stop procrastinating, stop self-sabotage, stop the heal the inner critic voice, and really just get their shit together in all areas and all aspects of their life. And as a certified professional performance and spiritual awakening core energy coach, this has been my mission for quite a few years. So today I was planning on doing one thing, and when man makes plans, God laughs. So, plan that I had today was which is connected to the topic. The topic for today that I wanted to cover is using the wheel of life to get your shit together. And the wheel of life that I wanted to use with you all is the one that we were introduced to through coach training program that I went through a few years ago. And the digital copy, and that's why I decided I was going to go through Zoom and do the live stream through Zoom on, actually, not, it's not even on Zoom. It's through the group itself, and I was going to share my screen, so even that I didn't even plan. But regardless, it looks like I'm not able to share my screen because everything is on my old laptop. And this laptop is so ancient because I've just been using the physical copy. And the laptop is so ancient that it's moving slower than molasses. And I've been trying to send just one of this wheel of life, and there's quite a few of them. I've been trying to send just one for the past 25 minutes, and it has not gone through. So we're gonna do it old school, and I'm just gonna show you the wheel of life directly from the notebook, and we will go with that. Let me see. I just want to see if I'm even able to share screen from this live stream. Not sure. Anyways, I'll figure that out at some later point. I'll play around with the settings and see what's what. Anyways, so let's get right into this wheel of life, shall we? When it comes to getting your shit together, what that means is looking at every aspect of your life and then going deeper. That's why there's many more wheels of life than just this one. Let me actually tell you which ones there are. I don't remember them all by heart. And where's the mouse for this device? So, just to give you an idea of what wheels of life there are, there's the wheel of life, which we will cover today. That's going to be the conversational topic for today. And then the next one is spiritual awareness wheel, relationship wheel, personal development wheel, leadership, health and aging, fun and enjoyment, finance, family, and career. So that's how many wheels there are that we can all put in motion. And a lot of people, and this is what I'll do. I'll do a little bit of an exercise, and this is something that I do with all of my clients. This is one of the tools I pull out each and every uh, not in each and every coaching session, but with every client that I start, this is one of the tools that I bring out somewhere either in the beginning or somewhere in the middle when the time calls for it. And the exercise that we do, so here's the wheel of life so you can see, okay? It's a nice circle, and the exercise is this, is that, and you can draw this in your notebook. If you're watching live, great, you can just take notes and you can start drawing as you go. You can do a little sketch really quickly. And if you're watching a replay or you're watching live, you can watch on replay, so you can do this exercise. But I want you to make a circle, and there's going to be 8 pieces of pie, right? You're going to have personal development, spiritual awareness, fun and enjoyment, intimate and social relationships, health and aging, personal finance, career profession, family and parenting. So these are the ones that you see on the outer circle. And then in the middle, what you see is number from 1 to 10. 1 means you're not satisfied, and 10 means that you're completely satisfied with this particular thing. So when it comes to personal development, rate yourself on a scale from 1 to 10 how satisfied you are with your life. Then the next one, spiritual awareness. How satisfied are you with your spiritual awareness? I like to refer to this as consciousness as well. How conscious you are and how conscious you want to be on a scale of 1 to 10. Fun and enjoyment. Same thing, scale 1 to 10. And don't think too much about it. It needs to be really, really quick. The quicker, the better, the more honest the result will be. If you're thinking and dwelling, move on to the next one and then come back to it. And just circle the first one that comes to mind, because that one is going to be the most honest one. Because otherwise, you're either putting yourself down or your ego gets involved and you feel like you're amazing and you're so spiritual aware, as one example. And then the reality is the opposite. Intimate relationships and social. So for this one, you're going to have 2 different ones: one for intimate, one for the wrong way, one for social relationships. How satisfied are you with those? Right, on a scale of 1 to 10. Next one, health and aging. How satisfied are you with your health and aging on a scale from 1 to 10? 1 being lowest, 10 being highest. Personal finance, same question. Career and profession. How satisfied are you? 1 to 10. Family and parenting. Same question. How satisfied are you with your parenting skills and abilities and with your family and where your family is? Keeping in mind you're not entirely responsible for your family. Everybody's responsible for themselves. So after you have put the circle around each number, what I want you to do is I want you to connect with a line, each one, and just connect it all the way around. Make your own circle or squiggly line or whatever it's going to be. And when you have done that, here's where I'll tell you. When you look at that wheel that you have just drawn out based on where you currently are, how smooth is the ride? Because this is life, wheel of life. How smooth is the ride of your life? Or is it really bumpy where it's just zigzagging up and down, up and down, up and down? Because the goal for all of us is to get to 10. For all of them. That's what we all want. This is where we feel free. And then when we feel total freedom, it's outside, right? Because 10 is not even the limit. When you're 10, you can be satisfied, but you still want to improve your health and aging. Just because you got to 10 and your health and aging is great and you're great and you got it all together and you figured it out and you're working with an expert to help you get there, that doesn't mean that's the limit. You can keep going and keep going and keep going and keep at it. Same thing with finance. Just because you're good where you are does not mean you stop. You can keep going and growing and getting better. So now another little how do I put it? Another way of looking at this wheel of life is that just think of it as your brain. There's 2 different parts to your brain. The I don't know if you see it on the right side or the left side. To me, this is on the right side. So the right side here is analytical. This is where you're going to be using your analytical brain. You're going to be analyzing things. And on the left side, that's your creative brain. That's where you're going to be using your creativity, personal development, spiritual awareness, fun and enjoyment, and the relationships, intimate or social. That's creativity. While health and aging, personal finance, career profession, family parenting, that's analytical. And looking at it as that way, where you're also looking at it as the analytical part, the right part of the wheel, this is where you're doing mostly outer work. It's outside of you. While the other side, that's where the inner work is. And that's how the wheel balances. And you can see which side, looking at your wheel, you can see which side you need a little bit more work and focus on. Which one is more wonky, as I like to say? Is it the creative and inner work side, or is it the analytical outer work side of the wheel that you need a little bit more work on? So pick a side. Okay, this is where you gotta pick a side. You can't, you can look, no, I can't pick a side. They're all valuable. Yes, they are, 100%. But by picking a side, that's not saying that you're gonna completely ignore the other side. It just means that you'll focus a little bit more on one side. And then when you picked out one side, what I want you to do is pick one of those things that you will dedicate yourself to work on. So if you are on the inner work side, you have personal development, you have spiritual awareness, you have fun and enjoyment, and you have your relationships. Out of those four, which one of those do you want to work on? Now, one thing I will also recommend, as I do with all of my clients, is don't pick the one that is the lowest one on the scale. Pick the one that is closer to 10. And I know some of you would say, no, but this one needs the most work. You don't want to focus on those that need the most work. You want to focus on those that you can get closer to 10 faster and easier. The one that will boost your confidence. The ones that will literally, and you will see this happen once you start doing this work, that you will see all the other numbers everywhere else increase as well without having to have focused all your work and energy on that piece of pie, that this piece of the cake, the pie, the pizza, whatever you want to call it, the wheel. So let's say you want to focus. Your spiritual awareness might be the highest one. Let's say it's at an 8, while everything else might be at a 7 or a 4 or a 1. And by focusing on your spiritual awareness and increasing your spiritual awareness and raising your consciousness, you're going to raise all of your energy, all of your vibration, and you're going to change your perspectives and the way you perceive things, perceptions. You're going to increase them. So if you are, let's say, at a 7 and your goal is to increase it to an 8, because the goal here is just to increase it by a little bit, not go, oh, I'm just going to focus and I'm going to increase it to a 10. That's like a grade 4 going to grade 8 and saying, I'll figure it out. Yes, you might figure some things out, but what will end up happening to that grade 4 in grade 8 is they're going to go through a lot of internal and external struggle. So that's why the goal with whenever you're working on is to increase it to the next one. When you got there, increase it to the next one. When you got there, increase it to the next one. And you will see that even if you just increase it from 7 to 8, all the other areas will increase. Because you change, you grow, and you evolve, and you become the best version of yourself. Your perceptions change, your stories change, the way that you interpret things change, those internal voices in your head, they change. You change, you become a different person, and that different person would rate themselves differently on this wheel. I will tell you how magical this work is through an example. And the example is I was working with a woman who wanted to focus on personal development. She wanted to learn. And when I talk about personal development, by the way, in my coaching, is it's not just personal development, it's also personal growth and personal development, two in one. Because personal development is learning, is you putting information in, is you absorbing things, and personal growth is you applying what you learn. And those two go hand in hand. So she was just focused on personal development. She wanted to learn and learn, and of course, applying, right? Because it was our job together to make sure that she was finding the healthy balance for her. So her everything else, especially on the analytical side, this is where it was majority of it was in threes and five was the highest. And she was wanted to focus, and then on the inner work side, on the creative side, they were in fives and sixes. So she decided she wanted to work on personal development. She with this one she was at a six, and she wanted to increase it, of course, to a 10. And after a little bit of coaching, which did not take very long, she decided that it was going to be her goal was going to be to move it to a 7. But moving it to a 7, within 2 weeks, all of the numbers throughout the whole entire wheel have moved up. And she was so proud and happy with herself of how much work she has done in all of these areas. Even though she didn't do much work in all of these areas, she did it just in personal development. But the way that she perceived and saw how she changed is that her understanding of her evolution and growth has applied from just focusing on one, had applied to all of the eight pieces and not just one. That's the power of working on yourself. That's the power of self mastery. That's the power of going in within. So, this is where personal development, right? There's an actual wheel for personal development. There's family and parenting, and this is why like I don't share any of this information outside of just the coaching with anyone else. Leadership wheel, that's another one. Career and professional wheel. I went through these wheels myself, just through coaching and then through coaching my clients as well. I get to go through them each and every time and I get to learn so much. Spirituality wheel, so personal development is going to be right here. The personal finance, personal development wheel. Okay, so just to give you an idea of what the personal development wheel is you have energy for life, and each one, it's it's like, well, what's energy for life? And that's something that if you choose to work with me and you want to focus on the personal development, we will go right into that and go deep and help you understand each and every piece of the pie. It's energy for life, same wheel shape, right? It's like a wheel. Energy for life, self-acceptance, balance, communication, breakthrough barriers, creativity, personal achievement, and friendships. Same concept. Inner work, outer work. Um, Creative, analytical. This is how they all work. And yet at the same time, creativity is on this side, right? So, yeah, there's quite a bit in that wheel of life. So I would love to hear from each and every one of you. Let me pull out the wheel again. Where did it go? Leadership and wheel of life. Okay. I would love to hear from each and every one of you. Which one out of these eight pies, eight pieces of the wheel, have you decided that you're going to be working on, and why? let me know down in the comments, and I'm going to look through the comments afterwards, as I still have not received the email go through. Oh, yeah, I just received, but not the initial one, not this one. All the other wheels of life, not the one that I actually need. Okay, so now I don't even see myself on the video. I hope you guys see me. Anyways, yeah, there I am. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thanks, internet or computers telling me to check my internet connection. I'll check it. Thank you, everybody, for being on here with me live, for watching the replay, listening to the replay. I am looking forward to hearing from you, to see what is your main focus and why. And other than that, I'm going to leave it here until we see each other next time, either on Monday for a card reading at 11:30 a.m. ish Eastern Time, or we'll see each other next Thursday for 11 a.m. Eastern Time ish for another one of these weekly live guidance trainings to help you get your shit together in your life and in your business, and of course the career and um, a profession is the one for the business in here as well. So thank you, and until we see each other next time, bye. Have an amazing the rest of your day and amazing the rest of your week. Bye, guys.